Mountain West Conference has bounded together. They have sold the dream. They're almost through the storm. They're almost through the choppy waters. They got a little bit left to go. Welcome to episode 428 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do us well, please subscribe to our channel. Smash the like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the great article from the great writer, Chris Vannini, The Athletic. We're going to go through part of the article, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. I want you to give me your thoughts in the comments section below the video. Can the Mountain West fend off the Pac-12 poaching? Fend it off for good? We have a clear future. This was supposed to be a key week for the Mountain West. It hoped to land at least one team in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA men's basketball tournament after securing 4 bids, the most of any league outside of the power conferences. Instead, a Maryland buzzer beater against Colorado State shut the league out of the second weekend. The Mountain West also planned to make its case in court to dismiss the Pac-12's lawsuit seeking to negate $55 million owed in poaching fees. Instead, the two leagues agreed earlier the month to stay the case and look into mediation. The Mountain West will also enter mediation with its schools departing for the Pac-12 over nearly $100 million in exit fees as part of a separate case. What is the state of the Mountain West right now? Commissioner Gloria Nevarez feels pretty good, all things considered. Although 5 schools are on their way out to the Pac-12 in 26, the Mountain West weathered the storm and found stability by rebuilding quickly last fall, adding 4 schools and locking a new conference together with a grant of rights. The sentiment is really positive, Navarez told The Athletic last month. Around the time the mediation discussions began, we have a clear future. In December, the Mountain West became the first group of 5 conference to make the 12-team college football playoff as Boise State earned the 3rd seed and played competitively in a 31-14 loss to Penn State. The league's 4 NCAA tournament bids this month match the ACC. Every time there's a massive change in the postseason football format, the Mountain West has always broken through, Navarez said, noting Utah's BCS busting 2004 season and Boise State's Fiesta Bowl win in 2014, the first year of the New Year's Six Bowl structure. Now comes the next chapter. The Mountain West Conference was formed by a breakaway from the WAC nearly 20 years ago, but last year's breakaway from within nearly tore it apart. Nothing around the Pac-12 mediation has been set yet. According to the court docket, both the Mountain West and the Pac-12 still say they're in the right, as sides usually do, but they're probably settled somewhere in the middle, which means the Mountain West could receive something less than $150 million for the chaos its defectors caused. Could receive $150 million, less than $150. The Mountain West agreement obtained by The Athletic lays out how some of that $150-ish million would be spent. Now get a load of this. Of the first $61 million of that $150 million-ish, of the first $61 million, 24.5% each would go to UNLV and Air Force. Another $21 million would be split the same way. The next $18 million would go into a recruiting reserve to cover expenses for identifying and luring new members. So again, the Mountain West Conference in this agreement with the other ones that they brought in, the other new schools, they made a concerted effort. They made a concerted effort to keep UNLV and Air Force in the fold. In addition, the Mountain West agreed to continue to hold its basketball tournaments at UNLV and plans to move its headquarters from Colorado Springs to Las Vegas. Again, a bouquet of flowers to UNLV to keep them in the Mountain West Conference. That money is vital for a place like UNLV, which is somewhere near $30 million in debt. Athletic Director Eric Harper recently told the School Board of Regents that UNLV only has enough money for the first 2 years of new football coach Dan Mullen's 5-year contract. Harper said later that the school could fulfill its contracts. It also just made a men's basketball change, hiring ESPN analyst and former Georgia Tech Memphis coach Josh Pastner. The Mountain West realignment money has not yet been allocated for the school's budget. Once we get the final numbers from the conference office, we will make these adjustments and tell you exactly what we feel and plan to go toward the deficit and what will go into operating, Harper told the board. What if the Mountain West, and therefore UNLV, doesn't get all that it is owed? It's reasonable to expect any settlement will leave the league taken in less than $150 million. The Pac-12 still needs at least one more school, and UNLV's name continues to float around as a possibility. Holy smokes. San Diego State Athletic Director J.D. Wicker said recently the Pac-12's new media rights deal could be completed by the end of March. Industry sources believe it could be closer to or after the Final Four in April. In further expansion by one or more schools could follow soon within the Pac-12. The Mountain West maintains that its new grant of rights is rock solid, regardless of the financial specifics. The document says that if any provision becomes invalid or enforceable, it doesn't invalidate the agreement. That would seem to lock UNLV into the Mountain West Conference. Harper's public comments didn't indicate a change of plans. So that's the situation for now. After holding itself together last fall, the Mountain West backfilled quickly, adding the rest of Hawaii's non-football sports, UTEP in all sports, Grand Canyon and UC Davis in non-football sports, and then Northern Illinois as a football-only member. A quicker rebuild made those already in the league more comfortable. A path has been set, and this is the chart. You're looking at your current members and then your 2026. For 2026 and beyond, as of right now, Air Force, Hawaii, Nevada, New Mexico, Northern Illinois, San Jose State, UNLV, UTEP, Wyoming, Grand Canyon, and UCF Davis are your full or partial members of the Mountain West Conference. And finally, in the article, the Mountain West has great leadership, Northern Illinois Athletic Director Sean Frazier said. They've gone through a hellacious transition and weathered the storm. They bonded together and sold the dream. The title of this episode 428. The waves out west are less choppy than they were 6 months ago, but they're not fully calm yet. The Pac-12 media rights deal and the subsequent final conference realignment moves might impact the Mountain West, or they might not. The Mountain West has lost heavyweights before and had new brands step forward and thrive. It hopes for a similar trajectory after these months of turbulence. They're almost through the storm. The Mountain West Conference is almost through the storm. There's still a little bit of choppy waters up ahead. This mediation is going to tell the story. Less than $150 million. UNLV is getting a lot of that. They're trying to keep UNLV in the fold. They do have a grant of rights. There's also something else percolating out there. When this all gets settled, when we have the Mountain West Conference basically cemented, at least for now, when the Pac-12 makes their expansion happen, and I don't believe it's going to affect the current Mountain West schools. I think the Mountain West Conference, once they get through this choppy waters, might be entering another storm or beautiful weather, depending on how you look at it. I believe the Mountain West Conference has been looking at, we've been told here at Peek Around the Corner, they are the G6 conference. that has been the most aggressive, even a little bit more aggressive than the AAC when discussing the potentiality of private capital coming in at a conference level into the Mountain West Conference. Now, obviously, they're in no shape right now to be able to pull the trigger on that. If Navarro's can get everybody on board after they go through these choppy waters, it's going to take some time. And maybe a conference like the AAC is further ahead. But the big dominoes have to fall first. Where does the Pac-12 go to for expansion? Does the Mountain West keep it all together through these choppy waters? I think they do. I don't think UNLV is going to the Pac-12. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. I think we're going to have a G6 landscape here. The Mountain West Conference is going to be a viable G6 conference when it comes to basketball, football, many sports. And I think the Pac-12 is going to get a pretty decent media deal. Who are they going to expand with next? Here at College Football Peek Around the Corner, we have not been talking about that at all for months. And people keep asking, why, Greg? Everyone else is talking about it. Because we have not received any good, credible information. And sure enough, for these past few months, the Pac-12 has not moved on another expansion, and they need to. Maybe here in the short, near future, we are going to get some information here at PATC. And when we do, we'll give it to you as fast as we can. But for now, I would go with the chalk, the favorite, the consensus out there for the addition of the Pac-12. Let's say Texas State. I don't think they're going to get any AAC schools, and I don't think they're going to get any Mountain West schools. So that leaves Texas State and possibly North Texas. But again, we here at Peek Around the Corner have not received any credible information on the Pac-12's next expansion plans. The Mountain West Conference, sticking together. They have bonded together. They have sold the dream together. Until next time, from all of us at PATC, to all of you, please you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.